This video is about the Lunar New Year week, and I will show you the last two battles for which I won the match. This is the seventh match which I won. I will share the replay. So this guy was using, I guess, a hog bait deck. So as you can see, I started off with the hog, and he threw the goblin barrel, which I countered with my goblin gang. You can see the arrow which hit the the princess tower, along with which the princess also died. Now he's going too aggressive with his hog, going with skeleton army and the hog, for which I had my inferno ready. I know he has wasted a bit of elixir, but I also kept in mind that he might have inferno in his deck, because this deck carries inferno with it. And my guess was right, he had inferno, and he countered my hog very well. As I know that he has skeleton army and princess, I always tend to counter the goblin barrel with goblin gang. This guy is being very aggressive with his plays, so I had to play rocket on my part, or else I would have lost the match. As you can see, I'm being patient. I know he would do something silly for which I can capitalize. Again I rocketed. He rocketed too. Now I know the placement of his inferno. Where he places the inferno, like so, he completely got off guard, took me off guard, and he did a bit of damage to my tower. So now look at the play. What I'm doing, I know where he places an inferno. So now I will rocket the inferno as well as arrow the skeleton army, for which he will place me. I know I have well played at that part, but still I didn't win the match. I know I had to attack, or else I had lose the match, because the next tower was in rocket range. So I know where to place his inferno, and I didn't give him any chance to revive in the battle. There you see, he had to use his rocket defensively, which is a good sign for me. He did a big mistake by rocketing me at a tower, for which he was in a very big elixir disadvantage, and I know he would scare me. So I had my log ready at that moment of time. And his rocket was too late, and I suddenly won the match. I laughed at him for his random rockets for which he was playing at me. So now I'm going to show you the last battle. So this guy had expo with him, and he made a very big mistake at the beginning by placing the expo and the Tesla, which are his two defensive building, at the very first play. There you can see, and luckily my inferno got locked on the expo. Now it's free for my hog to get unleashed to the next tower, and I did accordingly. At this moment of time, I knew that the game I had won the game. I just had to defend it wisely, and I get arrow, log, and rocket down his tower. That's because his tower is only on 1200 range. Now I have to rocket Expo to get maximum value, but I did a mistake here. I should have rocketed the Tesla as well, and for that mistake I cannot release my hog at that moment of time. Now I know I totally got aware of his cards, and I just arrow, and strangely the Expo got locked on the tower instead of hog, and it behaved a bit like mortar, but no problem, I managed it. My main focus was to remove his archers by arrows and log, and by that way I am constantly hitting his princess tower too. There you see, he knew at that moment of time that he has to fireball me out, or else he would lose the match. So that's what he was doing. This was a slip of my hand. I didn't intend to put the hog out there. This is stupid play on my part. At this moment of time I knew that I could defend without the rocket, without using the rocket, so I did accordingly. I had to remove his, I waited for his archers. There you see, he put his archer, and I arrow down his archer and log accordingly to take the archer out. So now I just had to rotate my cards, rocket, arrow, and log his tower down, and I threw it a good game because I definitely know that it was a good game, and his fireball was not enough to take the match down. It's a good game, and I won the uh, chapter 3 of the Lunar New Week challenge. It was in my very first attempt without wasting any gems. I did it. So I wrap up